So, I don't know if you've heard. You probably have. But if you haven't, then that was my knuckle. There is something crazy going on with Xenoverse. And what that is Gohan Beast. Now, we're not just getting him as a character, we're also getting his transformation. Alright, so right now I'm on the Dragon Ball official website, and it says that it's gonna be like a boost in damage, obviously, but its downside is that you receive more damage, which is it's really crazy, because it's kind of like the Super Soul. I've cast everything aside for this, because as everyone who plays Xenoverse knows, that Super Soul makes, you know, like, it gives you a massive buff and damage, but it also increases the amount of damage you take. And I'm kind of scared for this transformation, not only because of the damage boost that you might get. I don't know what the stats are exactly, right? But I know there's going to be like a strike damage buff in there somewhere. But if it's as scary as I think it's going to be, because Xenoverse is always making better transformations than the last, except Future Super Saiyan. But take Super Saiyan God, for example. That has no downsides, takes 3 bars to activate, and it gives you a 40% increase in basic attacks. That's insane. And it's been milked ever since with Super Soul after Super Soul. So if Gohan Beast has these stats, and you have a Super Soul that does that exact thing, just boosts extra stats, then we might just have the most busted, not only like character, but also transformation in this entire game. And the only thing that they could top it off with, which I'm sure they won't do it, is either Orange Piccolo, Ultra Instinct, like either way, like either form of Ultra Instinct, or the very not likely chance of Ultra Ego. That's it. That's the only things that could ever top this off, and I don't see any of them being added to the game anytime soon. So this is a major update as we speak. I'm not playing, but when I did play Xenoverse, I know that there's like a Frieza event going on. I'm gonna ignore it and try and work on some extra characters. When this transformation does come out, you best believe I'm going to make a CAC custom build committee video on it, because this sounds major, like really major. This is not just one of those things where you're like, oh, it's a new transformation, okay, I'll just keep it in my, my library in case anything goes not according to plan and I just have to change transformations. Because in all reality, this transformation is, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, my prediction for this transformation is that it's going to give you a 50% increase in basic attacks, and if not, then it's going to definitely be a 45% increase. And the same thing goes for strikes, if not more or less. Now, I may be wrong on that, and they may just pull a Super Saiyan Blue where they distribute the stats evenly, but obviously the damage taking part is still a factor, and they just kind of slap 25% on it, which wouldn't make any sense to me. I feel like if you're gonna do Gohan Beast justice, you gotta give it like extreme stats, and Jesus Christ, dude. As for how it's obtained, I don't know. You might have to learn it from Gohan himself, which I kind of see that being the case. I feel like they're going to do a Super Saiyan God, and instead of learning under 5 Saiyans, you just learn from Gohan himself. And you have to, like, do all these special things for Gohan, and then bang. Or they could make it to where you learn under Gohan, get his stuff maxed out, and then maybe an extra character like Pan and Piccolo could be involved, just to kind of get the players to max out all of the characters, you know, encourage it. And then Whis, I don't see Whis actually being someone you'd have to max out friendship with, because that would make 0 sense. Now, if you think that the Gohan Beast news was all that there is, there's also going to be a Cell Max raid coming up. And while he's not a playable character, it's insane that they even consider putting him in the game at all, regardless on if he's just a raid boss or anything of the sort, because we've gotten similar things with Great Apes where they're in the game, but you can't play them. Right? And the closest you can get is Giant Namekian, and that doesn't really do much, to be completely honest. Yes, like, this is a big thing. I think one of them is like a free update. I think Gohan Beast is going to be a free update. The transformation, not the character. The character's obviously going to be paid for. And that's not all. We're actually going to get a Orange Piccolo. So what I said earlier about him not being in the game is... Oh no, I was talking about a transformation of Orange Piccolo. Never mind. But yeah, we're getting Orange Piccolo as a character. We're also getting Potential Unleashed Piccolo, which I'm glad, because we definitely need more Piccolo love. Because the Piccolo we have is on his last leg. I'm going to be honest, he is on his deathbed. There hasn't been a single extra Piccolo in the game, but they have the balls to drop every other character known to man. Oh, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, they get a character, why not? Gohan Beast, he's getting a character, but so is Orange Piccolo, so I can't really complain there. DBS Gohan, he was released with Gammas, but for some reason they didn't decide they wanted to include Piccolo, which, okay, I feel like they should have added the Gammas first, and since they teased it, I feel like they could have also added Cell second form. Just, you know, throwing it out there. I feel like they could have definitely added him with the Gammas and not Gohan. And then they could have definitely had like 4 characters with the new DLC pack that's coming out. But I'm getting off track. We're getting Gohan Beast as a transformation. It's gonna be sick. Everyone's gonna milk it. Everyone's gonna use it. And we will no longer see Super Saiyan God unless the person doesn't have Gohan Beast as a transformation. And thinking of it is just kind of scary, because Super Saiyan God, remember what that did to all the other transformations? It basically made them look like they were future Super Saiyan compared to it. Super Saiyan Blue looked dog water compared to Super Saiyan God, and the same goes to Super Saiyan Blue Evolved. Super Saiyan 3, oh, that's just completely gone downhill. Just everything that is not Super Saiyan God right now as we speak is just, it's lost all reason to be even used. Other than Potential Unleashed, it's got no purpose, because every other transformation has been overthrown with Super Saiyan God and how busted it is. Like, I have an entire melee build centered around Super Saiyan God, and I can take someone down in 3 or more combos. And if that's not scary enough, this transformation, what I have a prediction for is like something they're not telling us, is that maybe they might give it a special beam cannon exclusive buff, like how Piccolo's Super Soul does. But it's extremely unlikely. I know they're gonna give him they're gonna give him special beam cannon. Obviously, that's a must-have. But I don't know if they're gonna give it an exclusive buff. And if they do, they're probably just gonna give Piccolo's Super Soul to him as like a second preset. As for his move sets, I can't tell you, honest to God. I feel like one of them is definitely going to be a counter. But other than that, that's all Gohan Beast news we have so far. And Orange Piccolo, don't even get me started. We've gotten like full V-Jump scans of what his moveset's going to be called, though they were kind of poor in translation. And we've also gotten a view of his size, and he is just massive. He's going to be like Broly size, I think. We know he has a different combo, like combo bar thing, combo tree. And I feel like potentially Unleashed Piccolo is going to have a same situation go on that they did with Orange Piccolo, where they change up the combos. But you never know. Like, Super Souls are just going to be whatever the game developers decide it's going to be. And whether or not they're busted is just something we'll have to leave to them. Because, honest to God, we don't know much else other than what we've been given, right? We've been given like V-Jump scans and very little official news from actual Dragon Ball. Like at first, let me give you a little example. The Cell Max raid. The only reason that any of us know about it, any of us content creators know about it, and people who just know about it in general, is because it was leaked from like a separate country entirely, and it had to be like translated, I think. So that's the only reason we knew about that so early. And Gohan Beast is the same way. It was leaked, and we've been getting scans and translations ever since. But anyways, I'm not going to hold this video to be like a 15 to 1 hour long vid. I just wanted to go ahead and bring up the news. Am I excited? Kind of. I'm kind of excited, but I'm also kind of scared, because with how they've done Super Saiyan God, I feel like they're going to only do better with Gohan Beast. And the bad part about it is Super Saiyan God might actually be retconned after this. Like it might just be thrown in the trash, forgotten about, until Gohan Beast gets nerfed or something. You know, like, it's just insane. It's insanely terrifying. It's insanely exciting, because you could stack the same Super Soul that deals the same stats and effects. Now, that would make you a glass cannon. Like, actually, I think you'd be getting more damage than a male Majin when they're on, like, lower than 3 bars of stamina. But the damage that it would probably do is way too much for me to even think of imagining right now. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and bring that to light. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next Custom Chronicles or CAC build committee. Just go ahead, maybe comment if you want, But in the end, I'll probably just post a YouTube short, and if that doesn't get enough traction, I'll just decide myself. With that being said, see ya.